Take 3. Welcome to our weekly video fishing report, brought to you by Trally's Fishing World Geelong and Trally's Tackle World Laverton. This week we're going to talk about St Leonard's, the gummies out in the deep water and the whiting between Queenscliff and St Leonard's, the trevally in the harbour at Queenscliff, Barwon River, the elephant fish in Mulloway, offshore salmon and kings in the heads, Nelson trip last week, and the word of bullock, trout and the redfin.
And our weekly specials.
Yes. Chris will start off with St Leonard's.
So St Leonard's has been a good spot at the moment for the gummy sharks. Guys have been heading out in say 20-24 metres of water. First light's been pretty successful, just dropping anchor there and picking a few of the salmon up for bait that have been lingering around, filleting them or whatever, chucking them down. You'll find gummies to 6 to 15 kilo. There's been a few nuisance 7 gills hanging around. So just put up with them. There's been the odd bigger one that's been biting guys off, so they're just part of the parcel when fishing out there, but there's some great gummies on the go.
Plenty of whiting around off St Leonard's and down to Queenscliff, as well as that in the other direction, Port Arlen and Clifton Springs, Bird Rock. The whiting have really started to fire up, and we do have some specials for those this week, so stay tuned and we'll fill you in with those later. Moving on to the trevally at Queenscliff Harbour. Guys fishing turtleback worms on 1/4 ounce and 1/8 ounce jig heads have been doing really well, and they're good sized fish in there at the moment, and they should improve in numbers and size over the next couple of months. The Barwon River also has some great trevally in there at the moment, up to 1 kilo. Guys fishing the same lures are doing quite well.
Sticking with the Barwon River estuary system, there's been heaps of elephant fish, and they're a great fish to catch. They look different, they put up a good fight, and they're just good fun. So the best spots for them have been above Sheepwash Road. Squid strips have been a good bait. Pippies also work, but they catch a lot of the nuisance fish and smaller salmon, whiting and that sort of stuff. So definitely worth having a shot at the elephants. They don't hang around forever, they're only here for about another month. Just remember there's just one per person per day on the bag limit.
And there has been some mulloway for those guys that have been targeting those as well at the moment. They're not big fish, but they're good fun. Offshore, there's still big schools of salmon, which Chris got into last week.
Yeah, so there's some good schools of salmon, anywhere from 2.5 to 3 kilos. So they're big fish. They were a bit more flighty compared to other weeks, so you had to really sort of predict which way the school was moving and put your lures down in front of them. And the deeper lures seem to work better, so plastics anywhere from 4 to 5 inch jerk shads and on the heavier heads.
And don't forget, there's still some kings hanging around the heads at the moment. Guys jigging and trolling have been picking those up still. I had a quick trip down to Nelson last week and had a ball down there. The river had closed over, which made fishing a bit different to the last few years. And the system is full of glassies at the moment. So lures that worked down there last week were the clearer sort of colours, like your beet eat, your Bass Day sugar minnow, again in those clearer colours. And the real standout last week was the Casper Clear power bait. Nice and clear, they look like the glassies. And normally the fish down there the last few years have been hitting those ZX and the Z-Man grubs, but this year we found those clearer lures were the standouts. Word of bullock, Chris will fill you in on that one.
So there's been a few small brown trout coming out of Wordy Bullock, and again the fish arrows have been the plastic of choice. Lighter heads are the go for the trout. They don't respond too well to the big heavy heads you use for the redfin. It just means you sacrifice some casting distance, but with the trout anywhere from say 35 to 50 centimetres plus bigger, if you get lucky, it's well worth it. First light, last light, best bite times.
There's some great fish in there at the moment. Moving on to our specials this week. What do we got there, Chris?
We have a good deal this week. We have a snapper slammer combo or a whiting slammer combo. Buy one of those guys and you get a free kids rod.
So there's a rod for mum or dad and you get a free rod for the little one.
So these combos have a pen slammer, either a 260 or 460, spooled with monofilament line and a rod to match. Definitely one to look into.
For those guys that are starting to think about the tuna and heading down the coast, we've got 30% off all braid gimbal belts at the moment. They're as good a belt as you're going to get, and that's fantastic value, so get in and get around these ones.
For all you guys out there that love your bream and trout, we have a super special. We have Norrie's Laydowns BR74, the Gold Rush colour, a classic on the trout and bream, shallow water lures, 2 for $45, so you won't find that any better. 2 for $45, this week only, get in while you can.
Yesterday we got the new Locks range of rods in. These are brand new. Hand that over to Chris, he'll fill you in on that one.
It's got a fancy little reel seat set up there, Honey Soft Fuji, Gunsmoke Grey SIC guides through the whole rod. Really well set out, really well designed. It's even got a bound tip on there, so the attention to detail on these rods is absolutely fantastic. And they sort of go anywhere from $230 to about $260 depending on the model. There's 6'6" through to 7 foot and even a bit heavier, so they are definitely one to look after. They're the new Lox Yoshi Generation 2 rods. Come in and check these out, absolutely fantastic.
The run out item this week are these iFish brim spins, ultralight. These were $2.99. We're going to do them this week for
$150. That's half price.
Yeah, they're a fantastic little rod.
Fuji Alkanite guides on that one too.
Really nice light action for that. Ideal for the brim and the trout. We also have heaps of Daiwa, selected Daiwa reels on special at the moment, running them out. So come in and check them out, and hope you have a good week and get into the fish on the weekend.
Just remember, here at Trellis Fishing World Geelong, we match any genuine price.
Have a good weekend. Get around it.
See you later.